can't quite remember where you put them because they're not usually legal. So you set about trying to bring back, relive all the places that you've been, and recreate the last time that you had whatever it was you lost. Now this can take a bit of doing. Now first, and probably the most important thing that you got to do is you got to calm yourself down a bit first. Because you're probably on the wrong side of aggravation. And that ain't going to get you nowhere. Now once you allow yourself to do that, to calm down, something pretty amazing is going to happen. Now sometimes it flashes, and sometimes it jumps, and other times it creeps, or maybe you should say that it seeps right up into your head, kind of like right behind your eyeballs. And then if you let it, it'll slide right around in front of your forehead. Now that it that I'm talking about is that one small kernel of information, that one seed of clarity that'll kind of kickstart the things that, well, the way one seed blown around on the wind is going to find a little bit of moist soil. And all of a sudden it'll start to germinate, and then before long, you got this big oak tree to sit under when the sun is high and hot in July and August. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Now, once you allow that first seed to get to work, you just got to get out of the way. Because before long, you're going to find that there's another seed, and another seed, and another one, and then pretty soon, you got this whole grove of oak trees going up all around you. And in this spot, or this picture comes, and it hits you like a left hook on your blind side. And you slap your forehead and you shake your head feeling stupid at how simple the answer was if only you'd slowed down enough to listen. And then you go and find your keys, or whatever it was that you were looking for, and they're always right where you left them. They fall through a hole in the pocket of that jacket that you forgot you wore, or, slip down and nestle themselves safe and sound deep inside the lining somewhere. That's how it works. Finding something that you lost. You see, I got thinking one day about when I was a kid. My life was fresh and new, and I got to recalling all kinds of stuff. So I started writing it down on little tiny scraps of paper, and on the back of envelopes, napkins, even talked to some of it into one of them little dictating tape recorders. And it was pretty much a mess. And then one day I up and run into this fella, and we become friends. Now, you know how it is sometimes? You meet somebody and you hit it off right away, and just like you've known them all your life, only you just met them. Well, that's what happened with this fella. And it turned out he was a writer. And he was good at organizing, putting stuff together, and telling stories. And best of all, he was willing to take a look at all this stuff that I'd scribble on down. The result of that is what you hold it in your hand, this book. Now he tells me he couldn't fit it all into all the stories into one. I think he calls it a trilogy or something. But at any rate, this here is the first part. All right. Now, what I found by going back to where I grew up was that when I was a kid, I'd get up every day and I couldn't wait to get up. I hated lying around in bed. I had to get up and go out and do something. I had to go play cowboys. I had to go hiking or exploring or something. I just had to do something. I remember when I was a kid, I greeted every day with enthusiasm. You see, somehow we lose that when we get older. See, first we lose our innocence. And then we get nervous and we get insecure and begin to feel that we know everything. And then we get cynical. Because, well, you see, that protects us from what we've lost. Now, I've got to tell you, that's the dangerous point. Because that's when we start to lose our enthusiasm. And the moment that happens, we begin to die. Well, we might be walking around and laughing and talking and doing all sorts of things, but we have begun to die. And before you know it, we're looking at life as time lost instead of life gained. See, when I was a kid,